The Chimpanzee by Una McLain. My name is Una McLain and I am in first grade. I go to school at Plasencia Elementary in downtown Los Angeles. The first grade teachers at my school started a project called Unmark Our Footprint. We have been studying endangered animals and how we can help save them. We even came to school on a Saturday to teach our parents about the problems these animals are facing. Even my principal, Miss Gonzalez, came to support us. Here is Miss Fontanes teaching us about zebras, and Miss Perez teaching us about baleen whales, and Miss Robles talking about panda bears. Miss Soriano taught us a song about African elephants, while Miss Navarro showed us a sad movie about polar bears. And here is my own teacher, Miss Vela, teaching us a game where we pretended we were chimpanzees finding food to feed our families. At first it was easy because there was a lot of food, but it got harder when there was less food. And even tougher when we had to use one hand or a stick to pick up the food. It was sad to learn that chimpanzees have a hard time finding food. Each week since September, we meet in the classroom and learn about these animals. We even watched a movie about chimpanzees. We had a lot of questions about what we were learning. So I decided to make my own movie about chimpanzees. Most of you have only seen chimps at your local zoo. Here in LA, our chimps live at the Los Angeles Zoo. I have been visiting some at the zoo since I was a baby. Wild chimps don't live in a city like me. They live in Africa. They live in over 20 different countries across Africa. Most chimps live in rainforest. A rainforest is a rainy place with many layers of trees and plants. Chimps also live in the open woodlands and grasslands of Africa. I really like chimps because they're a lot like me. This is Jane Goodall. She is a primatologist. She has been studying and saving chimps for over 50 years. Much of what we know about chimps is because of her. She even lived in Africa with them. Before Jane took her first trip to Africa, we knew very little about chimpanzees. She teaches us to love and respect them. Chimps are our closest relatives. In fact, humans and chimps are both mammals and primates. This makes us similar in a lot of ways. We are both smart primates with large brains, and we have hard skulls to protect our big brains. I have 10 fingers on my hands, and so do chimps. I have 10 toes on my feet. Chimps do too. We have nails on our fingers and toes instead of claws. We both have opposable thumbs. Chimps use their thumbs to hold sticks, like we use our thumbs to hold a pencil. A chimp's arms and legs can twist and turn like ours too. A chimpanzee's eyes look forward instead of sideways, just like me. Now you can see how similar we are. There are two kinds of chimpanzees, the common chimpanzee and the pygmy chimpanzee, also called the bonobo. Chimps can stand upright, but they usually walk on their knuckles, which is called knuckle walking. Chimps have long arms and short legs. They use those long arms to climb and swing from branches and reach fruits high up in the trees. Chimps have flat faces, and their skin can range from pink to black. Black hair covers most of their body. Their faces, ears, fingers, and toes are usually bare. As a chimp grows old, its hair may turn gray. They may also go bald. A full-grown male is about 4 feet tall and 130 pounds. Females are smaller, at about 3 feet tall and 100 pounds. Chimpanzees are very social animals. Chimps live in groups of 15 to 120 chimps, called a community. A chimp community is then made up of different parties of 6 or less chimpanzees. These small parties spend most of their time together, eating, resting, and traveling. Chimps usually stay in the community they were born in, but they may change parties often throughout their lives. Each community has a range of about 4 to 20 miles. To protect their land, male chimps will fight other male chimps, and sometimes chimps may die as a result of the fighting. Chimpanzees wake up early in the morning and look for food right away. They travel great distances to find food. Chimps are omnivores. They eat both plants and meat. They mostly eat fruit, nuts, seeds, flowers, and leaves. They especially love figs and palm nuts. They also eat insects like ants and termites. Amazingly, chimps can make and use tools. They use rocks to crack open the shells of fruits and nuts. They stick twigs in termite mounds, pull out the termites, and eat them right off the stick. And they make sponges from leaves to sop up water to drink. Chimps often share food with each other. When there is a large amount of food, chimps may gather together to have a feast. Chimpanzees communicate with each other through noises and gestures. Every chimp has a distinct pant hoot that other chimps in the community recognize. They also make a special scream that warns other chimps of dangers. And they make different facial expressions to let other chimps know how they are feeling. They hold hands, and they even kiss each other. Aww! They spend a lot of time grooming each other. Grooming removes dirt, insects, and dead skin. It also strengthens their bond. Of all primates, chimpanzees are the most like humans, since they share their feelings. Chimps like to rest in the afternoon. By mid-afternoon, they are out searching for food again. At night, chimps use leaves and branches and make nests high in the trees to be safe. Female chimpanzees are amazing mothers. A female is pregnant for about 8 months. A mother usually has one baby at a time. Twins are rare. Newborn babies weigh about 4 pounds. Everyone is excited to see the new baby. They are helpless. A mother chimp carries her baby wherever she goes. If the mother dies, sometimes another family member will care for the baby. The mother nurses her baby for about 5 years and is close to her baby for over 10 years. That's a long time! What a devoted mother. Baby chimps begin to play with other chimps at about 1 year old. Young chimps are very playful. A young chimpanzee learns how to be a member of the community. They even begin to search for food with the group. At some point, they might leave their mothers to travel with another party of chimps. At about age 15, a chimp is ready to start a family of his own. In the wild, a chimp can live to be about 50 years old. 100 years ago, there were over 2 million chimpanzees in Africa. Today, there are less than 300,000. They are an endangered species. This should make you sad. There are a lot of things that threaten the existence of the chimpanzee. Chimps have not always been treated well by people. Because chimps are so much like us, we test medicine on them. This is painful and dangerous for chimpanzees. We have even sent a chimpanzee into space. Chimps are also used for entertainment. They may look cute all dressed up, but it is not fun for them. Poachers capture chimps from the wild and sell them for their bushmeat. They also capture baby chimps, often killing their mothers who protect them. Some are sold to circuses, where they live out their lives in cages. Our chimps are sold as pets, only to be given up when they are no longer cute and little. Their biggest threat, though, is habitat loss, from brush fires and people cutting down the forest to make homes, farms, and pastures. These people are very poor and don't have the education to know the damage they are causing. Even worse, commercial logging is destroying so much of the rainforest, each and every day. If this continues, chimps will lose their homes and their supply of food. Without a place to live and feed, they will die. Only people can save chimpanzees. You may be asking yourself, how can we help? Get educated. Knowledge equals power. First, learn about chimpanzees and the problems they face. Go to your local library. I went to my library in Echo Park and asked Langdon, the children's librarian, to help me find books on chimpanzees. Next, look on the internet for more information. Here are some helpful websites to get you started. You can also watch documentaries on chimpanzees, visit responsible zoos, and ask questions about their chimpanzees, and support organizations that help chimps and people in Africa live alongside each other peacefully. Tell your family and friends that you care what happens to chimpanzees. This is why I made my own chimpanzee movie. We need to make changes at home to create hope for the chimps. Or as some say, think globally, act locally. These are my first grade friends. We are taking a trip to Sacramento this year to teach our representatives about how they can help endangered animals too. I leave you with the words of Jane Goodall. Every individual matters. Every individual has a role to play. Every individual makes a difference. And we have a choice. What sort of difference do we want to make?
What you gonna do now?
Will you help save him? The end.